Imagine this. A crowded city. Thousands of cars on the roads. Lights glowing in every building. Phones ringing. People rushing to work. And then, you wake up the next morning. Silence. No traffic. No messages. No voices. No people. You walk outside, and suddenly a terrifying thought hits you. What if I'm the last person left on Earth? Sounds like a movie, right? But here's the strange part. The idea of being the last person alive doesn't just scare us because of survival. It reveals something much deeper about human psychology. Welcome to the last person effect. Let's begin. Most people think being alone sounds amazing. No annoying boss. No exams. No traffic jams. No relatives asking, beta, future ka kia plan high. At first, it feels like freedom. You can eat pizza for breakfast. Sleep whenever you want. Watch movies all day. Drive sports cars without paying. Sounds perfect. For about 3 days. Maybe a week. But then something unexpected starts happening. You realize that almost everything you enjoy only feels meaningful because other people exist. Think about it. Why do people buy expensive clothes? To impress others. Why do people post photos online? To share experiences. Why do people work hard? To create a better life for themselves and their loved ones. Without other people, many goals suddenly lose their meaning. It's like winning a race when you're the only runner. You technically won. But did you really? This is where the last person effect begins. Humans are social creatures. And no, that's not just a motivational quote. Your brain is literally built for connection. When you laugh, talk, share stories, or even argue with someone, certain parts of your brain become active. Connection isn't just something we enjoy. It's something we need. Scientists have found that extreme loneliness can affect people in shocking ways. After long periods of isolation, people often report hearing voices. Some see imaginary figures. Others start talking to objects. Sounds crazy? Actually, it's completely understandable. Your brain is designed to interact. When interaction disappears, the brain sometimes creates it. Imagine being alone for years. No conversations. No eye contact. No human touch. No one to tell your jokes to. No one to complain about Monday mornings with. Even your funniest joke becomes sad when there's nobody around to hear it. Now here's the really interesting part. The last person effect isn't only about physical isolation. Many people experience a version of it every day. You can be surrounded by hundreds of people and still feel completely alone. Ever sat in a room full of people while scrolling through your phone? Ever felt like nobody truly understands what you're thinking? That's a modern version of the same psychological problem. Because loneliness isn't the absence of people. It's the absence of meaningful connection. And that's a huge difference. Let's go back to our last person on Earth scenario. Suppose you somehow survive for months. You find food. You find shelter. You learn how to generate electricity. You become the king, president, CEO, and employee of the entire world. Congratulations. But then a strange question appears. What's the point? Who are you working for? Who are you helping? Who will remember anything you do? This question attacks something fundamental in human psychology. Meaning. Most people believe happiness comes from getting things. Money. Cars. Fame. Success. But studies repeatedly show that lasting happiness often comes from relationships and purpose. In simple words, people need people. Even the strongest introvert in the world needs some level of connection. Otherwise life starts feeling empty. Think about your favorite memories. Maybe a family trip. A funny moment with friends. A celebration. A random conversation that made your day. Notice something? Most of those memories probably involve other people. That's not a coincidence. Our brains attach meaning to shared experiences. Now here's where things get even deeper. Imagine you're truly the last person alive. Would you still tell the truth? Would you still follow your moral values? Would you still work hard? Many of our behaviors exist because society exists. Without witnesses. Without rewards. Without consequences. Who would you become? That's one of the reasons philosophers love this thought experiment. It forces us to ask, are we good people because we choose to be, or because other people are watching? Pretty uncomfortable question, right? And yet, incredibly fascinating. The last person effect teaches us something important. We spend so much time chasing independence. We want freedom, success, self-sufficiency, and those things matter. But complete independence isn't the ultimate goal, because humans aren't designed to be islands. We're designed to be bridges. Every conversation, every friendship, every relationship, every small interaction, these things quietly give life meaning. The funny thing is that we usually realize their value only when they're gone. Kind of like Wi-Fi. You don't appreciate it until it disappears. Then suddenly it becomes the most important thing in the universe. The same happens with people. We assume they'll always be there, until one day they aren't. And that's why the last person effect isn't really about being the last human alive. It's about understanding what makes us human in the first place. Connection, belonging, shared experiences. The simple knowledge that someone else exists who understands your story. So the next time you're talking with a friend, laughing with family, or even having a random conversation with a stranger, remember this. The most valuable thing in your life may not be what you own. It may be who you share your life with. Because in the end, a world without people isn't just empty. It's a world without meaning. And maybe that's the scariest part of all. So here's a question for you. If you woke up tomorrow and discovered you were truly the last person on Earth, what would be the very first thing you'd do? Think about it, and let me know your answer.